Title: The Light of Insight. In a quiet small town lived a man named Omar. He was born blind, but possessed a spirit that knew no bounds. From an early age, Omar heard sympathetic words from those around him. What a shame! He could have achieved so much if he could see. But Omar never believed that his blindness would hold him back from achieving his dreams. He often said, "I may not have sight, but I have a vision in my heart that sees what eyes cannot." Childhood, challenges and determination. As a child, Omar loved listening to the stories his mother would tell. Every evening, she would gather him and his siblings to narrate tales of historical figures who overcame great odds and achieved the impossible. Omar would ask her to repeat the stories again and again, as if he were planting seeds of courage in his soul. At school, some of his peers would laugh at him for his clumsy movements or his inability to see. But Omar brushed off their taunts with a smile and said, "Even if I can't see the sun, I can feel its warmth." When he began learning to read using Braille, he amazed his teachers with his quick progress. Omar devoured books with a passion, as though making up for what he lacked in sight. The Dream, A New Path by. The time Omar turned 15, he discovered his passion for music. The sound of melodies touched his heart in a way nothing else could, as if they were whispering to him about a path waiting to be explored. He asked his father to buy him a simple oud, a traditional string instrument. At first, his father hesitated, saying, "How will you learn to play when you can't see the strings?" But his mother supported his dream, saying, "Let him try. Perhaps music will be his way of seeing the world." Omar began teaching himself how to play. He listened to melodies and tried to replicate them, relying on his sharp ear and deep sense of rhythm. After months of practice, he played his first piece. That day marked a turning point in his life. Transformation. From a blind man to an inspirational musician, in his 20s, Omar decided to use his talent to inspire others. He started hosting small musical gatherings in his town where he would play and share his journey of overcoming obstacles. His words resonated with the audience, especially children and young adults facing similar challenges. One evening, after one of his performances, a young boy on crutches approached him and said, "I thought I was helpless, but today you taught me that helplessness is only in our minds." Omar realized that his music had become a message, a way to touch hearts and ignite hope in others. Fame. From local to global, as time passed, Omar's story spread far and wide. He was invited to perform at major events, and everywhere he went he received warm receptions. He didn't just play music, he shared stories of his childhood struggles, of being mocked by his peers, and of how he turned their laughter into fuel for his dreams. Omar established a small center to teach music to children with disabilities. He often told them, "Disability isn't in the body, it's in the spirit that gives up on trying." The greatest challenge one night, as he prepared for a major performance, Omar received devastating news. The music center he had founded had been destroyed in a fire, and all the instruments were lost. For a brief moment he felt sorrow, but he quickly composed himself and said, "Instruments can be replaced, but dreams never die." Omar launched a fundraising campaign to rebuild the center. To his amazement, people from across the country supported his efforts. Within months, the center reopened, bigger and better, becoming a haven for every child yearning to learn music. The Light of Insight. At the age of 40, Omar stood on a grand stage before thousands of spectators to deliver one of the greatest performances of his life. Before he began playing, he spoke, "When I was a child, people told me I would never see the world. But today I can say I have seen the world through its sounds, its melodies, and the hearts of those who believe in me." The audience erupted in applause, moved by his words. To them, Omar wasn't just a musician, he was a beacon of hope and resilience, a legacy of inspiration. After years of dedication and giving back, Omar's name became etched in the hearts of people. He wasn't just a musician, he was a symbol of triumph over adversity. One serene evening, Omar sat on his balcony, strumming a gentle tune on his oud. He felt a sense of peace, knowing he had made the world a little brighter with his message. He whispered to himself with a smile, "I may be blind, but I've seen the light in every heart that dared to dream." Don't forget your support for the channel, and thank you for watching.